What's up, guys? It's Travis with my Bring Back. Welcome to your 13th tutorial, I believe it is. And what we're going to do today is just finish up this XML layout, get it looking snazzy, and ready to go for Java programming. Basically, what we're going to want to do is set up two columns, but each column is going to have 3 radio buttons. So that's what we're going to do in Java. It's going to be kind of a quick review of what we did in the last tutorial. But before we do that, I just want you guys to copy this radio button 5 times, because we want 3 in each column there. And then again, Control or Command Shift F. I said Shift, not what you guys think I said, but Shift. And then hopefully we have, yeah, I think I got 7 here, so I'm just going to delete one. But now what we want to do again is set up a linear layout and have this one be horizontal. So I'm just going to kind of copy and paste there. So basically what we're doing, we just kind of want to check this over, make sure it's what we want. Our weight sum is going to be 2 because we're going to have 2 columns, so each column will have 1 as a weight. And let's see here, the width we want to say fill parent, which match parent will probably work, so you guys probably can keep that, but I'm just going to do fill parent, just be safe. And the height, we're going to wrap content, and also we want the orientation to be horizontal as well. Alright, and then we're going to close it out under all of our radio buttons. So again, we do it like that. Nothing too new here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to subdivide 3 radio groups in each linear layout. It's going to be pretty simple, but whenever you want to work with radio buttons, an easy way to control all the radio buttons within basically your group is you need to set up another little parameter that's going to do that for you, and what that is called is radio group. Pretty simple. And we're going to say orientation for the radio group, Android orientation equal to vertical, and what else do we want? We want this to be the width to fill the parent, and the height to equal wrap content. And what else do we want? Well, we want this linear layout, which is going to control these 3 radio buttons, to have basically half the screen that's available. We said our width is fill parent, but it's still only going to take the percentage of this 2. So we're going to set the weight to be 1, and we're just going to hit Android layout weight equal to 1. And there we go. We basically have this set up, our radio group set up, and so we're just going to copy. And there's no end to this radio group button right now, I don't believe. So we're just going to finish that off as well. Not actually finish the whole group. As you can see, here's our closed radio group. We're going to cut that and paste it down here. So there we go. And then we're just going to format it so you guys can see three buttons are within the within the radio group section here. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to control copy this whole radio group, and we want to set it up basically for this next 3 buttons. It's going to be the same kind of layout, and we're just going to close that off. Again, nothing too new here. I'll format it so you guys can kind of see. And basically this is the layout that we're going to get. It's going to take up half the screen, each radio group, and each radio group has 3 buttons within it. And there we go. We basically have our app set up, and now we just need to label and change some of this stuff in here. So we're going to do that real quick. first we're going to go up to our edit view. We don't want any text in there to start with, so we're just going to delete it, leave it blank, and change the ID to I'm sorry, we'll leave it for edit text 1. That's going to be our ID. So we're going to leave that, and then the next thing, as we just go down throughout our XML here, as you can see, there's linear layout, and then we have a text view. We're going to call this one style, and then our next text view, we're going to call this one gravity. You guys might see where I'm going with this, and we're just going to change now our references, which is the Android ID, and we're going to say just something like TV for text view and style. And then also for this one, we're going to say it's a text view, gravity. We're actually not going to reference these, but this is kind of the way I like to program. I don't know if it's the way you guys are taught, or whatever, but this is kind of giving me a good reference as the text view, so when we're working in Java, you kind of know what's going on. But we won't actually mess around with these texts. We can change the size if you want, but for now we're going to just leave it as is. And then we're going to go down to these radio buttons here, and basically the first group is going to be under our style tab. So we want the style to either be, let's see here, instead of radio button, we want to say either like normal, italic, and bold. So those are kind of the styles that we can work with. And again, we want to change the ID reference just so we know what we're going with. So I'm going to say RB for radio button and bold under this one. And then again RB and italic for this one, and RB normal here. Again, you can change that to however you guys want to program, but that's just what I like to do. So again, I know it's a radio button. And then down here, we're going to say this is going to be under our gravity section. So we want to say either left, center, or right. And this is just going to move our text either to the left, center, or right. So again, we want to change to the reference just so we kind of have an idea of what radio button's what. So we're going to say RB left, RB center, and RB right, because basically we copied and pasted, so all those have the same reference, and that's not going to work. So we're going to need to at least change the references to whatever you guys want, like again I said, but this is just an easy way to know it's the center button and the right button. And then we're going to go down to this edit text here, and we're going to say type in some text, or type in text and press the button below. I don't know if that's enough or too long, but we're going to stick with that. We're going to call this text view change. That'll make sense later, but we're just kind of giving a reference to it again for our Java. And then this button, all we need to say is something like, generate, I don't know. And again, we're just going to change the reference to a button and generate. So there we go. Let's check it out again. Nothing too cool. Nothing too awesome, but basically we got our layout set up, and we're gonna kind of finish our finish this in Java. We just wanted to set up that layout, so we got that pretty much done. Something else we might want to do is those text views up here. We can say something like Android text style equals bold, and we're just going to copy and paste that for both the text view objects here. And then also we might want to change the size of this text view down here. It's not too important here, but we're just going to say Android text size equals, oops, why is it doing that? Sorry. Android text equals something like 25 dp. So there we go. We basically have our XML set up, and we're going to kind of work with this later, but we just wanted to make sure we had this set up. So again, thanks for watching, subscribing. I know this is kind of a boring tutorial. You didn't learn too much, but it's going to be a pretty good app just to realize some different things about the radio buttons. Which basically a radio button is, you can click one of these and it'll deselect all of the things within that radio group and select either italics, bold, normal. You know, it's only going to pick one of those options, and then we can also pick one of the options from here, and we're going to get this text to change. It's not going to be super sweet or awesome, but it's a good kind of learning experience here. So we basically got this set up. Again, thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch you next tutorial. Peace.